Hey guys, good morning. How are you? So we're back. It's the second Friday, and I've been thinking about the name of what I'm doing here, our call, and I kind of want to change or move away, excuse me, from straight travel talk because there are other things that I want to talk to you about that may not necessarily be part of travel. So hopefully by now everybody knows about empowerment through golf. That's like my heartstring. It is the thing that connects us to the golf industry while we're working in the world of STEM. And I want to talk to you more about empowerment through golf, if I can be like really frank about it. Because even though it's on my mind all the time, I realize that people think that they still don't hear me talk about it enough. Um, and I'm in like the business of like promoting things, so I'm going to be promoting travel, and that is the heartstring of our founder, Mr. Donald Bradley. But empowerment through golf is my baby, and I know that it is able to change and impact lives around the world. So I definitely want to be the voice for my own organization as well. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about travel, and then we're going to be talking about empowerment through golf and what we're doing, and just like the amazing things that can come from when an individual comes on and speaks about their passions and puts forward good vibes into the universe. So let's get it started. So as always, I'll just like keep the flow going and kick it off with travel, and then we can transition into empowerment through golf. And so two things that stood out to me, like from some of the things that I was listening to and reading over this past couple of weeks, was there two major things in life from Jim Rohn that he says that you don't want to do, or at least like there are two major pains. So you can either go through the pain of discipline in something, or you go through the pain of regret. And I don't know about you, but I rather go through like the path of having the pain of discipline. I don't like. I grew up in the islands. My mother she used to beat me all the time. I wasn't a bad child. I was just mischievous. um, but we from her and like from my parents, but my mom was definitely like the discipline enforcer, and sometimes it used to really get on my nerves, and then later on I would be like, oh, okay, that's why she was saying that I should do that. Like you get the realization afterwards. So I think that even though sometimes things are super tough, like every day that you have to get up and like you go to your job or whatnot, like we all have somewhere to go. We all have people depending on us. So like in every regard, like we have to have some level of discipline in our lives to be able to like be fruitful, so that we can support others around us. But like that, having that power to remain disciplined will help you more than you ever expect in your life. So in and I keep saying like this space, I talk a lot about travel, and I'm also a professional in the world of sciences. So I try to equate all of things together. So in my travel business, I definitely have to be disciplined by coming on here, talking to you lovely people every other Friday. And then, like messaging people on the side and just like sharing about the business. Like that's one part that I definitely have to be disciplined about. And, I'm pretty sure that you have things that you have to be disciplined about in your life, in your daily, that gets you going and keeps you going through. So the pain of discipline or regret, and I rather go around the pain or the path of having to go through pain of discipline in any regard, because it does pay off. We are all responsible for our choices, and at the end of the day, we want to be winners. And I did see somebody made a post like somewhere off the side, like thinking about like winning all the time gives like people anxiety, or like syndromes of having to like be overachievers. And I guess I can understand things like that, but I don't know. It's like I still like that type of mentality. Sometimes I'm not as competitive. Sometimes like yeah, like um, the that you can put on like additional pressures on yourself. But at the end of the day, it's just like some things are just like in the moment, so you just like push through, right? So I wouldn't say that I want to go down the road of like regretting anything future years down the road. When I look at where my travel business, I want to be able to look like 5 years down the road and be like, wow, I'm glad that I was brave enough to come on live every other Friday and talk to people about like my travel business, and now also about empowerment through golf, because I'm going to be talking to you guys a lot about that, because we're very active in the community here locally in San Diego and globally. And we definitely want more people to be involved. We want you to know about our mission. We want you to know what we're doing, who we're helping, you know, what fundraising goes towards, the path that we want to send these children on, these young professionals on, because they're not all kids. In Antigua, the group that we are affiliated with down there, they have students that are ready to go off to college and they're golfers and they want to study sciences, you know. So these are the type of people that we support through empowerment through golf, and we can't wait to see like what their future is going to look like, right? So we are now like most of my friends and I were like mid-30s. We're the ones who are like pushing empower or keeping empowerment through golf moving, right? And so we have been afforded so many opportunities already in this wonderful space, and we want to be able to share that with others, right? It's like you make it to like your certain level or whatever you think your level is, and then you cast the net or like the pole. If you're fishing, I'm not a fisher, obviously, you can tell, but you do that and you bring up the next person, right? It's like we're moving, constantly moving up, and you got to bring the next generation on behind you. Teach them everything that you know so that they can be successful in their lives. Okay. And so, yeah, I will not have the pain of regrets. And I hope I'm declaring that on everybody here who's watching this. You may be on the live right now. Hey, good morning. Somebody's here watching. So you may be here, like I was saying, or watching the replay. But, you know, my prayer for you is that you do not have the fear or the pain of regret later on in life. So if there's something that you want to do, if there's something that you want to change, if there's some experience that you want to have, anything, just make it happen. Figure out a way to make it happen. I don't know, lately, like my mind has been like, oh, you know, like life. We don't have that much time, right? So if there are things that you want to do, I have like a small life in my opinion, but like my vision is like massive, and I think that's one of the things that like it's like it's an interesting thing for me sometimes. But anyhow, we're gonna go back into talking travel. Recently, I've had like some friends going to visit like St. Croix, and again, I always promote the islands, so visiting St. Croix and visiting Antigua. And just to touch on how like tourism really impacts like families in the islands. You know, I had a friend from like the East Coast who wanted to go visit Antigua, and I was like, oh yeah, like let me hook you up with here's the number, do this, go to this place, make sure you go see Shirley Heights, you know. And it's kind of cool. And she's also in the travel business. She's not a part of the same company that I am, but she's also a travel professional. So it's kind of nice that we had the opportunity to just like talk travel, like from like a business standpoint. And then other people who wanted to go to experience St. Croix, you know, and they wanted to do like site visits. They're like, oh, what are the best hotels in St. Croix that I can go to, you know? And they're also, this person was part of or is part of like the same travel company that I'm in. And so it's actually really cool. I'm like, oh, I do know my stuff, you know, and like this is like the right thing for me, because I am, you know, very passionate about like promoting the Caribbean to people for travel, and I definitely want them to have a good time when they go. So we're gonna send you guys to the best places, right? So yeah. Hey, good morning. Good morning. My director is on the line. Miss Joy Dawkins, out of the lovely ATL. And Joy, I'm just here every other Friday. I do this like travel straight talk, but I'm gonna switch up the name a little bit because I've been talking a lot about planning marketing. But I also do want to talk about my organization, Empowerment Through Golf, and how that is making impact globally. And then I believe also that, like that incorporates travel as well, because we're not just here in San Diego. We have students in the Caribbean, so in Antigua and over in Ghana. And I'm pretty sure that years from now that there's so much travel to be done with our young students as they go to compete globally. And hopefully we can get them in the business as well. I remember when I was younger, when I was getting into college, like I was like, okay, I need a job. What am I going to be doing? And then I always wanted to have a business, but I sort of like saw things and like music, because my dad sold music, and I was like, oh, I could do music, but then music was fading because like people weren't selling or buying CDs and cassettes and things anymore. Everything was digital; it's on your phone, and so I was super happy to be able to find travel, something that I love. I'm pretty sure something that most people, if not everybody, can relate to. So definitely here, trying to, or not trying to, but talking about it and promoting it. And one of the things that I was sharing from one of the books that was recommended in our group was from a note from Jim Rohn when he was going over the two major pains in life. So you either have the pain of discipline or you go through the pain of regret. And so I was just mentioning that, I rather go down the road of the pain of discipline. I woke up this morning, my alarm went off, and I was like, man, it's early. I really want to stay in bed for like a few more minutes, but I do have to get ready for my life because every other week I'm going to come on and I'm going to talk about travel. I have no idea where this video is going to go or how far it will reach, but I know that somebody will see it and it could spark interest in them to become a travel marketing agent, and hopefully they become my business partner because I would love to have them on my team. One of the things that I've been really sharing with people as I've been, promoting like the events and things like that for the new prospects was that I would really love bilingual people on my team. I'm in like a Spanish community here in San Diego, and no hablo español. I think that's like the furthest I can go in Spanish, right? But I see like there's so much potential in this region and elsewhere. So there are a lot of places that I think that I would love to be able to like get travel partners from, and I'm not allowing the language barrier to be the thing that keeps me out of those markets. So I'm definitely speaking to other people, trying to find like other avenues to be able to make that happen and make that a reality. And I think it touches on something that we were just talking about in our team meeting the other night, about fear. And I was about to type it in our chat, fail fast. It's something that my golf coach here in San Diego had gone over with me years ago, where it's like you're preparing for a tournament and those things are like high stress. But if you're gonna have a bad shot, thanks, Joy. Yeah, yeah, I can help you with your goals, but most definitely because I have people like Miss Dawkins on my team. They have been in the business for years. They're like the gurus, the pros. So having all of this like amazing knowledge behind me, I think, is another reason why I can present myself and speak so confidently about the business. They've shared so much about the journey of the company to where it is. And then earlier this year, or maybe like last month, a huge milestone was hit in the company where they paid out like over 100 million in commissions. That's huge, and the people who are in the company from like the beginning, they're still there. They're the ones that are training us. so it will continue to grow. So anyone who's watching, I would encourage you to reach out to me so that you can become a part of this amazing travel marketing family, where you can grow. There's a lot of professional development that's there, and just ways to help you grow financially and in your business life as well. So highly, highly, highly recommended. And I think I got like off track with what I was saying, but it doesn't matter. I think I'm going to just make like a quick plug here for empowerment through golf as well. This past weekend, we had our junior clinic over at the Sorrento Canyon Golf Center, and it in line with discipline, right? In line with the discipline. My students, I set up the day for us to read. We did not swing a golf club. We did not even touch a golf ball. And they were kind of like annoyed with me, I believe, because one of the kids definitely said, "So why did you make us bring our golf clubs if we're just going to sit here and read all day?" And I had to hold in my laugh so bad. But these are like, I don't want that. My vision is for them to be great students, great people, and then great athletes, and then everything will come to them, right? And they have to be educated about a lot in the golf game, because it will take them to many, many places as their lives continue to develop. They're so young right now. Excuse me, at least the students here in San Diego. And I cannot wait to see what their lives are going to be like if they stick with the game of golf. And so it's sort of like the same thing with travel. Like, yeah, you're going to be starting off in the business and you may not know why we're doing certain things, or like why you have to do these certain trainings, or, why you get rejected all the time. It's the same in golf. And that's why I like it. Golf is a very relatable sport. Things that you experience on the golf course are very similar, if not the same, to like the same sort of like emotional experience that you have to go through in other areas of your life. So at the driving range this weekend with my students, we sat down and we read through the beginning part of the rules book. How many people have read their rules book? No one does it. But there are things in there that I've thought that it's important for them to start learning now. They're kids, they like to run around, they're screaming, they're like swinging the golf club everywhere. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. In the golf book, it says, we have to have etiquette. These are the things that are considered golf etiquette. How does this apply to us as we're sitting here, or as we're practicing on the putting green or the driving range? Safety, things like that are so important. They're young. They don't want to hurt each other. Their parents really love them, right? We don't want the parents to come into and have, excuse me, any conflict when one of their children gets hurt. So things like that. And again, like that translates to like your business. Like, you got to know your business etiquette. You have to know the rules of your business, the rules of the game, essentially, right? And you have to stay in compliance. You don't want to do things that are like out of bounds, the golf term, excuse me, or out of line with your business. And that can have like a lot of like negative impact on your business. So yeah, we had an amazing time. I think towards the end, they really appreciated that we took the time to like read through the rules of golf, and then also on mental side of the game of golf. So things like confidence. Confidence is huge. How you feel about yourself internally expresses itself outwardly, right? And you can become a winner, or you can achieve great things in your life if you have confidence. If you walk with confidence, if you talk with confidence, even if you sit with confidence. Not to call out all my students, but like, you can tell just by like somebody's posture. So we talked about confidence, and then we talked about the your body posture, and we've not talked about it, we read about it, and how that affects like the outcomes of your success. right? And even like if I was to sit here and be like slouching, you know, I'm like, oh well, we're talking about travel today. Like nobody's gonna really take me seriously, you know. So I'm upright. My lighting is right. Thank you. Hey Shanice, morning. Like I know I love spotting you. And I'm super excited for you. But anyhow, I was talking about confidence in golf and in business and how it helps you get how it attracts success, right? Because if you're already putting it out there, it will continue to come back to you. All right. So Shanice, if you're still on the line, if you had any questions, you could definitely drop them in the chat. Our director is watching, and I know she would be very excited to answer any questions that you may have, either like on the side or it would be like a good intro for you. And sorry, I don't mean to call you out, but yes, I'm calling you out. Awesome. So yeah, for the people who are just joining, this morning, what I was talking about, and it was leverage from, excuse me, leverage from Jim Rohn, talking about, you know, different elements of business, but there are the two major pains. So either you have the pain of discipline, and so you're able to stick with something, do the work, even though like it's tough, you don't want to wake up, you're grouchy, whatever, you're hungry, you're hangry, grab a Snickers, but do the work. Or the pain of regret. And so I'm committed to the pain of discipline. I think so far in my life, I've had to be like super disciplined anyhow. So, and I know all of us have, right? So I'm just encouraging us to stay on that path. Continue to be disciplined in your life. It will translate to all of your business. Hazy, it's better for you in the long run. I I refuse, like I rebuke any regret. And I pray that over everyone who's watching or watching the recording. So definitely stay focused, stay disciplined, because we're responsible for our choices, and it's better for us to commit to our goals now and start working towards them, so that years from now you can look back and awesome, get them ready. Mom life is super important. Yes. But yeah, so we definitely want to be able to like look back and say like, hey, you know what, I was probably super afraid of this or like terrified of this, but you know what, I didn't let it stop me. I kept going. And look at where I'm able to be today. Look at, you know, how many people I've been able to impact today. Like, yeah, life is not just about us. So I think that's really all that I had. Oh, and I was also mentioning that like it's funny, like being a travel professional doesn't always mean that you're doing like all of the travel bookings and things like that yourself, or going like all on all of the amazing trips yourself. Sometimes it's just like about staying put, doing your studying, and being able to like recommend things to different people. So over the past week, I've been interacting with a lot of other travel professionals and recommending things for them in the islands, because that I think obviously bias in me, where I'm from, you know, that certain islands, and I definitely want to promote them. So Antigua, Dominica, for anybody who loves nature, Dominica is the nature island of the Caribbean, and then also the USVI. I know a lot of people are traveling over there right now. People are doing site visits. They want to know what those hotels look like, so that they can recommend it to people who are booking travel with them, you know. So it's an exciting time to be in travel. And then I was also talking about empowerment through golf, which is our organization here in San Diego. We are encouraging the next generation, and pushing them, you know, gently pushing them to the doors of success in the worlds of STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. And the world of golf as well. So most things around us, you know, they've been created by someone, likely an engineer. So we definitely want our students to see that, you know, and especially as like diverse students, right? We're helping students here in San Diego who are more chocolate and, you know, brown skin than anything. And then in Antigua, obviously the same. And then in East and West Africa, obviously the same. but we want them to be encouraged and feel confident in their skills and capabilities and their knowledge so that they can enter the world of science, because the world of science needs diversity. And we are all brilliant people. Everyone on earth is a brilliant person, and we want to encourage them so that they see themselves as these successful people that companies need to be able to continue to thrive and continue to thrive in the world of industry. And also, taking a look at the world of golf as well, because there's STEM in the world of golf. Like, we need people to design the golf clubs or the golf bags or the golf shoes, and the golf balls and golf course architects and things like that. So there's STEM all around us, and that's what we want our students to see. And yeah, we're just looking forward to a lot of the great work that we'll continue to do. And obviously, because we're a global organization, travel will be in there. And I come from a very global, a foreign place, not a global place, but a foreign place. And I've been exposed to travel. I love the industry, and now I'm very grateful that I get to be a part of the industry as a travel marketing agent. Excuse me. And so I think I've talked enough to you guys for the morning, but I definitely want to wish everyone a great week. And again, anytime you think of travel, think of me. If you want to book travel, remember, could be car rentals, hotel stays, airfare, or if you want to do like a cruise with any of your friends, let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you. So I'm doing that. And then also, if you want to do this for yourself, I'm not like the best person in the world. And that's the thing, like, I would love to have more people around me who have amazing skills and talents. So, you're only as good as the people around you. So, yeah, let's go. I'm building my team, and it'll be an international team as well, very diverse. And it will help all of us to grow and succeed in our lives. And yeah, so with that, and like with the team of people behind me, I know you can't see them right now, but all of the amazing people or professionals who have started the travel marketing business that I'm in, with their years and wealth of knowledge, you'll be in good hands. So I'm going to sign off for now. Awesome. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone. And I'll see you here next time in the next 2 weeks. And if you have any questions about travel, about the travel marketing business, just send me a message, and I'll love to keep the conversation going with you. All right. Have a great week. Bye. Or weekend. Excuse me. Bye.